In 1889, the German artist Franz von Stuck completed a large painting that would later become one of his most discussed works. It shows a powerful rider on a black horse moving forward at the head of a large group of figures. The rider's red cloak is caught by the wind, and his face remains partially in shadow. When the painting was first shown, critics praised its technical skill and its strong treatment of mythological subject matter. At the time, it was simply regarded as an impressive example of symbolist art. Decades later, observers began to notice a visual similarity between the face of the rider and photographs of Adolf Hitler. The painting had been finished in 1889, the same year Hitler was born. Whether this is pure coincidence or something more has been debated ever since. Before looking more closely at that connection, it is useful to understand who Franz von Stuck was. Born in Bavaria in 1863, he worked as a painter, sculptor, printmaker, and architect. By the age of 32, he was already a professor at the Academy of Fine Arts in Munich and had become a leading figure of the Jugendstil, the German form of Art Nouveau. His paintings often focused on classical mythology, moral themes, and intense psychological states. He frequently returned to subjects involving sin, desire, ancient gods, and the forces of nature. Von Stuck created images that explored the more primal side of human experience, something many of his contemporaries preferred to avoid. The image's question depicts the wild Hrut, one of the oldest and most widespread legends of Northern Europe. According to the stories, a great procession of supernatural beings would appear at night, announced by the sound of horns, the barking of dogs, and the thunder of hooves. At its head rode a powerful leader, followed by the dead, wild animals and spirits. The legend warned that anyone who encountered the hunt risked being carried away by it or overcome by fear. Versions of the story existed across Scandinavia, the Alps, and the British Isles. The names and details changed from region to region, but the core idea remained the same: an unstoppable force that moved through the world without regard for ordinary human boundaries. In the Germanic tradition, the leader of the hunt was Wotan, also known as Odin, the chief god of the Norse pantheon. He was associated with storms, battle, wisdom, and the fallen warriors. It is Wotan that von Stuck chose to place at the center of this composition. The artist created a strong sense of forward movement. The right side of the canvas is dominated by the horse and rider. The horse's head is shaped in a way that recalls a skull, and the rider leans toward the viewer as if about to leave the picture plane. In one hand, he holds a scythe. With the other, he grips the horse's mane. Behind him, in the upper left, a mass of figures, faces, bodies, skulls, and additional riders appear to surge forward in continuous motion. Von Stuck worked with a limited and restrained palette of deep blues, blacks, browns, and small touches of yellow. The single strong note of color is the rider's red cloak, which stands out against the cooler surroundings and draws the eye immediately to the central figure. When the painting was exhibited in 1889, little attention was paid to the specific features of Wotan's face. It was simply accepted as a dramatic portrayal of a Germanic god. Only in the 1930s, when photographs of Hitler became widely known, did some viewers begin to remark on a resemblance. Historians have recorded that Hitler was deeply interested in Norse and Germanic mythology. Within that tradition, Wotan held a special place as a figure of absolute leadership and transformation. For a political movement that presented itself as the rebirth of an older order, such symbols carried strong appeal. This interest was not limited to one individual. The Nazi regime actively promoted research into ancient Germanic culture. Heinrich Himmler, head of the SS, supported expeditions and studies aimed at recovering artifacts connected to that mythology, including objects associated with Thor, the god of thunder. The Swiss psychologist Carl Gustav Jung wrote about these developments in the 1930s. He saw Wotan not only as a figure from ancient stories, but as a powerful image that had remained present in the collective imagination of German-speaking peoples, and that seemed to reappear with particular force at that historical moment. Franz von Stuck died in 1928, 5 years before Hitler came to power, so he never witnessed the later use of his themes. Nevertheless, several of his works entered important collections during the Third Reich. Hermann Göring kept pieces by von Stuck at his residence, and one of the artist's paintings was intended for the large museum Hitler planned to build in Linz. We know that Hitler was familiar with von Stuck's work and that he was drawn to the world of Germanic myth. Whether this particular painting played any direct role in shaping his self-image is something we cannot know with certainty. It remains a striking historical detail that the painting was completed in the year of Hitler's birth and that later viewers noticed a facial resemblance. The question that stays with us is simple. Are we looking at a pure coincidence of history and art, or did an ambitious political figure find in the visual culture of his time an image that matched the role he wished to play? I would be interested to hear what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.